What's up, guys? It's Dane, Warstrike off the boards, Facebook, all the other stuff. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, so forgive me if I'm really scatterbrained right now. But I was going to show you guys that. That's my boost block. Say hi, boost block. Hi, boost block. Yeah, I'm tired. It's hot. It's been over 100 degrees today. So that's my boost block. The reason why I'm here in this shop with all this other cool, awesome hardware going on behind me, you know, Corvette, Viper, Chevelle, blah blah. I'm here because I finally got a chance to get my engine off the pallet and on the engine stand, so that I can go through and do a few things to get it set up for storage for a little bit until I can get my hands on it and get it in the car. The car needs a lot of stuff still before I start putting this thing in there. I need a set of turbos, G25s. They're a new setup. They pretty much respond like a GT28 but hit like a GT30. At least that's what the engineers at Garrett told me at PRI. I need a standalone ECU. The stock PCM with HP tuners is not going to cut it for what I do. You know, all you guys that just do roll races or whatever against unsuspecting LS1s, or you know, quarter-mile times with all that, you know, that's fine. I need traction control, launch control, fail safes. I need ethanol content blending. I do want it, so I'm going to have it. There's a few other odds and ends that I want to have with the car to be able to make it more livable and more consistent on the track, whether it be on autocross or the road course, half mile, standing mile. The goal is 200 in the standing mile. Will I hit it? Will I hit it? I don't know. I am pretty, I'd say I have my hopes in the right area, okay? Hitting 200 in the standing mile is really tough. It's a lot harder than a lot of people think it is, because I mean there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong, there's a lot of stuff that can go right, so we'll see. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff involving heat management as well, because you're pulling for a full mile is way different than doing 1/8 mile or quarter mile. Half mile is a little bit more intense, but not quite as much as the full mile, just from our own experience here at the shop. So yeah, but anyway, this block is a Kevin Yates built, let's say CNC blueprinted block. Yes, CNC blueprinted. Anyway, so this has got the Kevin Yates racing engines, billet mains. Forgive the rust and stuff. It's bad here as far as we've got a swamp cooler, and so it pumps humidity in here like crazy. And so I'm going to get all this stuff oiled down, bagged up, and sealed so I can actually be able to use it after everything is said and done. Double roller timing chain that you can see right there, and that is a Sonny Bryant billet crank. Okay, this is an internally balanced rotating assembly, so this doesn't have the weights in it. The flywheel that I've got will not have the weights in it, so this thing is going to be ready to go, and I'm going to spin it as much as it'll take and try to throw as much power at it as it will take. So, because, you know, I'm never happy with just leaving stuff alone. So that's going to be, you know, SCCA Autocross, Optima. I like to run it at Optima. And so, but also, that's also the reason why that the oil pan is off. It's not because I don't trust Kevin. I actually do trust Kevin. And that's proof in the pudding right there that I trusted Kevin. I took a huge risk and a huge expense with him, and he delivered. Unfortunately, there are a lot of customers of his that backed out, and so I've seen that time and time again in the 3800 community, over and over and over again. I mean, that's why there's so much of the stuff that was promised to us over the years that never ever transpired, is because people backed out. They wanted 600 horsepower but only wanted to spend $1,000 or whatever. Anyway, yeah, so Kevin, thanks for building a kick-ass block. I'm hoping to get some kick-ass heads on there at some point in time, as well as a, you know, good intake and everything. I've got goals to hit. First off, I got to finish up the NA block that I've got in the car right now. I need to change the intake on that one, run E85. Now let's see if we can hit 300 to the tire with it. It's going to be really tough on the dyno that we have. It did 247 to the tire, 268 foot-pounds of torque, and the intake manifold was a restriction. We were actually watching the map sensor readings were actually dropping as the RPM went up, and so we actually had to stop the pull before we were really even in the good meat of the power band for that cam that's in there. So, I digress. It's late, everything else. Keep an eye on everything, because we're gonna have some cool stuff going as time goes on. So I'm dedicated to getting this thing finished. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this, so I might LS swap it finally after freaking, you know, I've owned this car since 2002. I might LS swap it. I might LT swap it. I might, I don't know, 2JZ swap it. Or, I don't know. I'm tired. That's out of focus. The camera's saying I quit. Anyway. Yeah. I guess I'll see you guys around. And keep an eye on everything else that's going here. I'll get the dry sump stuff set up. That's why the, you know, all that's off, blah blah. Yeah, dry sump, because road race autocross. Car's gonna be pulling some serious G's. I'll be moving up from 275s that I'm on right now to 315s probably this next season, and then move up to probably 335 or 345 with the next setup once the boost block is done, and see how the turbos handle everything along with the new ECU. So I don't know if I'm gonna run a ECU master setup or a, I don't know, Holly or AM Infinity. I mean, we'll see once I actually get around to it. The car needs coilovers, so there's a whole lot of stuff it needs. So all just because I want to go fast. Anyway, yeah. Y'all have a good night. Keep your eyes peeled. We're gonna have some other cool stuff coming along eventually, but meanwhile I gotta get this thing bagged up. So